Hey everybody, Rita Zamora here. Today we're going to be talking about how you can make your social media marketing more effective. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with all of the current awesome tips and insight that we share here. I often hear from doctors and office managers that say, we're not really sure our social media marketing is helping us at all. And we'll review their social media content, and what we see is oftentimes social media that was done with really good intentions, but oftentimes done spontaneously. I know many of you are super busy with new protocols, and you don't have a lot of free time or a lot of energy to always think of fresh content, much less a content strategy. So one of the things that I want you to think about is, what is it that you want to be known for? What type of treatments do you want to be doing more of? If we were having a two-way conversation here, usually the doctors within seconds are going to say, we want to be doing more clear aligner therapy like OrthoFX, or we want to be doing more dental implants, or we want to be doing more smile makeovers, or whatever it might be. And we'll look at their social media content and not see any of those topics or very many of those topics. So you can't really expect to draw in families or any particular type of patient that's looking for a particular type of service that you're offering unless you're posting about that content. And again, I know many of you are busy. I know a lot of you are just posting using your smartphone and just kind of taking a picture whenever you have time, or making a quick TikTok or a Reels video. And that's great for spontaneity and for fun and add some flavor and share your human side. But in order to have a strategy that's going to be effective in supporting your practice goals, you really need to put some thought into it. And the great news is it doesn't have to take a lot of time, especially if you're using an online content calendar and a scheduling tool. You can start to look ahead. We usually recommend that you're planning out your content 1 month ahead of time. And what you'll want to do is look at the month ahead and make sure that a few times per month you're mentioning that particular service or whatever type of treatment it is that you want to draw more of into your practice consistently. Now remember, if you're posting about dental implants, don't expect to get 100 likes and a bunch of comments and engagement. In fact, there's another video here. I'll put a link to that video here for you. That interview was with Dr. John Lynn, a urologist who has patients that fly in from across the country to see him simply because of the content that he's sharing on his social media. His patients feel like they get to know him and feel comfortable with him, and that's exactly what you can be taking advantage of as well. So sometimes it's easy to fall into that trap of wanting every single post to get great engagement, lots of likes and lots of comments. And while we do want to make sure that we're focusing on engaging content the majority of the time, I'll explain a little bit more about that in a future video. Know that those procedures that you want to be doing more of, for example, if it's dental implants, that you want to post about those consistently, and particularly dental implants for those audiences that are really spending a lot more time on social media. I'm talking about more mature audiences that often have tended to have a more flexible, disposable income and can really make that investment in those elective procedures. However, there are also dentists that are doing incredibly well by being very intentional about what they're sharing on Instagram, for example. So you really just have to think about who your audience is, where they're spending their time, and then getting hyper intentional about making sure that the content you're sharing really represents you and your practice in the best light, how you want to be perceived, how you want your brand to be perceived, and most importantly, what are your business goals? These are usually procedures that the doctor enjoys, that you want to be known for, that are oftentimes profitable. So spend some time thinking about that. If you don't think about it in advance, you don't have a plan, and without a plan or a strategy, it's really difficult to meet your practice goals. I hope these tips were helpful. Please remember to subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with all the current insight, tips, and awesome advice that I have for you here. Oftentimes I'm interviewing experts in this area that are going to be a great resource for you as well. In the meantime, stay social and be well.